Hello and welcome to episode 0 of Bskit Manufacture Showdown. This will be a 6-part series based around automation and Beam.NG, featuring cars made by the members of Bskit. Each round will feature a set of regulations for our manufacturers to build cars for, that will then be tested by me and given scores based on their performance. And to give a baseline, I've also built cars for each round. Speaking of which, Bskit. Bskit is a Japanese car company with a strong history in motorsport both on and off the road. Their design and manufacturing is split between the UK and Japan, with the UK handling most of the standard road cars, and Japan focusing on more performance vehicles and racing projects. They also have a luxury sub-brand called Rudolplex, based out of America, that handles pickup R&D, as well as the manufacturing of Bskit's flagship truck, the Colossus. Now we know what our baseline is, time to meet our manufacturers. ADA. ADA is a German-based company making mostly luxurious performance vehicles. It has a wide range of vehicles on the market. They have competed in lots of races back in the day, but that has died down recently. Besides manufacturing cars, ADA also has trucks on offer. Bolt. Bolt has been the only large-scale through-and-through Australian manufacturer, having never been bought out by larger overseas companies. Its founder notes that the car industry in Australia was severely lacking, and in 1946 the idea came to start a car manufacturing company. Obviously, by 1949, when his business was finally up and running, Bolt was no longer the sole domestic competitor in Australia, but that didn't stop them from having an immediate success to this day. To this day, Bolt continues to produce quality vehicles to fill any needs, from small city runouts to capable utility vehicles to belligerent performance machines. Inline 6 Incorporated. Country of origin, Japan. A company obsessed with turbocharged inline 6 engines, founded by an American who hated everything about the American companies and decided to start up abroad. At times producing quite the oddball cars that outdid themselves considering what they were built around. But the heart of every one was a turbocharged inline 6. And now these ways will be challenged to see if they can adapt to the restrictions ahead. SJ. Country of origin, Sweden. So the founders behind this are like a lot of Scandinavians. They like their own mainly Scandinavian cars and European cars, but also have got a silly obsession with American cars. And they knew this, so they decided to make a car manufacturer that gets them the best of both worlds. So you get the Scandinavian minimalist styling with a touch of American here and there, mechanically and visually, and obviously they keep the Scandinavian safety standards. And why choose between two when you can have both in one? You can never go wrong with some variety, from hatchbacks to luxury land yachts to torquey V10s and high-revving 5-bangers. Sando. Established in 1969 by a young rich entrepreneur, Sando began producing small economic vehicles in its native South Korea, with its 3 P's being affordability, reliability and drivability. Popularity soon grew amongst its largely boxer engine models, including a 4-door city car, a 2-door roadster and a microvan. With the mid-1980s, production grew to the rest of Asia and Europe before breaking into the North American market before the end of the decade. As the market pivoted towards SUVs for many manufacturers, Sando was steadfast with its core philosophy of smaller cars until its founder and CEO retired in 2017. The torch was passed to his son, who had greater ambitions for the brand than his father. For years past, the sales gradually slipped, leading to the company's 50th anniversary. The new CEO had brought in new designers and engineers for concepting vehicles and throwing its core affordability pillar out of the window. All eyes of the motoring world were on the regenerated Sando and what would become the bold direction the company was headed in. Wyvern Works. Base of operations, Dersham, Norfolk, United Kingdom. Wyvern Works is a small independent manufacturer dating back to just before the Second World War. The company became known to create some of the United Kingdom's first armoured and secure cars for high rankings of the British populace, surviving the Great Depression with their relative demand brought on by the war and then the Troubles. However, as demand for their normal modus operandi faded into the 80s, the company moved away from modifying existing vehicles and retailed their small workshops to begin producing chassis of their own making. Woven work these days is a bespoke manufacturer often making cars to commission for wealthy clients, and then batch producing them by agreement after the commission is complete. This has seen a particularly diverse wealth of cars come from their Norfolk workshop. In one particular instance, creations as mad as the one-seater, 1,900-pound carbon construct 4-speed hatchback on an autocross commission. Oh, and narrow-dyed machinery. Faster than your average sports car and more practical than a supercar. Max power is 650 horsepower, 325 max tyre size, max core tyre compound is sports, minimum number of seats is 4, and it must be a road legal vehicle. I look forward to driving our entries.